The Silent Symphony, Hidden Potential. Mateo Alvarez was born without hearing, but his world was never quiet. As a child, he would press his hands against the piano while his sister played. He'd sit barefoot on the floor, feeling the drumbeat of rainstorms, traffic, footsteps, each one telling him something language never could. He didn't hear music. He felt it, like thunder beneath his skin. Chapter 1. The Pulse of Possibility. By 22, Mateo was a percussionist in a regional youth orchestra, not because someone let him in, but because he auditioned blindfolded and nailed the rhythm better than anyone else. Still, many whispered, "How can someone who doesn't hear conduct?" Mateo ignored them. He'd spent his life making rhythm out of rejection. But what he really dreamed of wasn't playing someone else's notes. He wanted to write his own, a composition not meant to be heard, but felt. Chapter 2. The Sound of Silence. Over months, Mateo began composing the Silent Symphony, a piece structured entirely around vibrations: timpani, bass drum, low cello, double bass. He wrote it with seismograph software, motion sensors, and visualized sound waves. His idea was radical. Let the audience feel the music the way I do. He pitched it to his orchestra. Some were inspired, others skeptical. But the conductor, Ms. Lang, whose brother had gone deaf, said just one word: "Let's build this." Chapter 3. A Heartbeat on Stage. On the night of the debut, the auditorium was filled beyond capacity. No programs, no notes, just silence and curiosity. At each seat, a small device, a wireless heart monitor connected to the theater's sound system. When the curtain rose, Mateo stood at the podium. He raised the baton. No words, no explanation. He signaled the first vibration. Boom, a low pulse. Then strings shimmered like distant thunder. As the music grew, the audience's heartbeats were read in real time, collectively becoming the baseline. Each person's pulse was now part of the orchestra. Their fear, joy, tension, awe were literally embedded into the music. They didn't just hear the symphony, they became it. By the final note, people sat trembling, hands on their own chests, tears in their eyes. It was the loudest silence they'd ever felt. Chapter 4. A Different Kind of Genius. The World Took Notice. Mateo's piece was hailed as the most inclusive composition ever written. He was invited to speak at universities, conduct international performances, and design sensory installations for the deaf and hard of hearing. But he never called himself a genius. "I just listen differently," he signed during an interview. "And that made me build something no one else could imagine." Epilogue. The Auditorium of Vibration. A year later, a new concert hall opened, designed with vibrating floors, glowing walls responsive to frequency, and heartbeat integration tech. At its center, etched into a marble plaque, were Mateo's words: "Silence is not the absence of sound. It's the beginning of a new language." Moral: your limitations aren't the end of your talent. They're the map to a kind of brilliance the world hasn't seen yet.